Welcome to the bomb shelter. Special on the road recording, which is going to sound lumpy and bumpy and, and a little weird because it is 11:15 at night, way past me and Old Man Schumm's bedtime.
Yeah, definitely past mine.
Speaking of Old Man Schumm, I am your host, Jay McDowell, and with me is Old Man Schumm.
Yep. What movie did we just see?
We just saw the new Star Trek movie.
You mean Star Wars?
Oh, I was in the wrong theater then. Yeah. Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna try and do this with as few spoilers as possible because we should get this put up pretty quick. And would like for people to watch it, but if you haven't seen it yet, pause it right quick. Pause this podcast right quick.
Yeah.
Go watch the movie and then come back.
Yep. Yeah,
Welcome
there's not much to talk about without spoilers. I mean, we got to give a review. We got to
we're going to
talk
get a little
about
bit
stuff.
Here. Your initial just off the cuff feeling about it.
All right. Although last time we did this, was it Last Jedi?
No, Solo.
Okay, but last time we did a Skywalker saga. We said that we thought Last Jedi was really good. Since then, I have changed my mind, and
since then I watched it again.
Yeah,
I definitely changed my mind.
I have not watched it again because I just don't like it. But this movie, I know again, I'm in the same situation. I just walked out of the theater, but I think it's very clear that this movie is much, much better than that, and I think even better than The Force Awakens.
Yeah, I would definitely put this above the last two movies. Like you said, we thought Last Jedi was not too shabby, and upon more reflection, we kind of have changed our mind on. But I know midway through this, I was thinking, okay, this isn't too bad.
Yeah, me too. I was worried walking in too. I really was. I was like, oh, come on, just one more good movie. That's all I want.
This is the first new Star Wars movie where when the Lucasfilm logo came up, I didn't feel the hair on the back of my neck stand up. I didn't feel that, that little bit of excitement that new Star Wars was coming. I was like
a little worried, right?
I don't think I was a little worried. More so, just I tempered my expectations.
Yeah.
Force Awakens, something was missing from it that I just still can't put my finger on.
Yeah.
Last Jedi, there was just a lot wrong with it.
Yeah.
The side movies, Rogue One and Solo, I've really come to really like Rogue One.
Me too.
Solo, it just wasn't necessary, and it didn't really do a lot for me. It's not awful, but
I've only seen Solo also that one time.
The one time, I've seen it, I think 2 times, and like I said, not awful, just not necessary.
Yeah, that's I think that's a perfect way of saying it. It's just, I don't ever really need to see it again, because I kind of I like Han Solo the way I kind of know him, and a lot of the backstory I just don't really care about.
Yeah, well, for me, the backstory was old expanded universe the way I knew it.
Yeah.
And the way they tweaked some of the stuff, it was just kind of like, no, that's not how that's just not.
Yeah. And I can say it didn't make me like Han Solo more. It maybe there are things in there I didn't like, and I like Han Solo without considering that movie kind of.
Yeah. I think in that, and to wrap up Solo, that Lando was the best part of it.
Yeah.
They should have just made a Lando Calrissian movie, actually.
Yeah.
This though.
Yeah, maybe the movie we just watched.
The one we just watched, It's late. We're tired. I think story-wise, it was a lot better, a lot tighter.
Yeah.
It did. I'd read other people say that it kind of moves from action to action to action to action, and it did, and it made it a little exhausting for me.
Yeah. But what else can it? I mean, unless it's going to be a 4-hour movie.
Well, it wasn't them, tooling along, going, we're almost out of gas.
Yeah.
For 2 hours.
Yeah.
And my thing is, not that I had a problem with the action. It was cut very quick.
Yeah.
It was very short attention span theater kind of thing.
It almost tired me out. I'm like,
yeah.
Like, hold on a minute. Let me think about this for a second.
Yeah. It moved really quick, and which again, not a horrible thing, but it just the cinematography in the original trilogy, it would give you time to kind of take in a scene or savor a scene or whatever you want to say. And this, it kind of moved. There was a scene I'd started telling you about, and then you had to go talk to Todd. Weird side story for another time.
Yeah. Someday we'll do a Todd podcast.
Yeah, we'll do just
a Toddcast.
Toddcast. There we go. There was a scene in the desert where we see the Knights of Ren. They're doing their thing, but they're all standing there, and it looks like the filming of like a boy band video or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Where they were standing on that little bluff, and the camera keeps panning around.
Yeah.
And then it goes from a different angle.
You expected the music to start, and then they take their masks off, and there's like
start dancing.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So some of that, and of course there was the usual J.J. Abrams lens flares, stuff like that. You have to have those. But it kind of, I don't know if I kind of adjusted to it, or if it did kind of mellow a little bit as the movie went, because it didn't seem to be as bad further on in the movie.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sadly, my Gungan seahorse theory of Rey's lineage was incorrect.
Yeah.
A little. It was almost correct, but not quite. It did answer things which I was happy about.
Yeah.
We got some answers. I remember telling you, and I told somebody else before, I just wanted to be satisfied with the ending, if not happy with it. And I was satisfied, and I'd say pleased with it.
Yeah.
Maybe not happy, but ideally I would have preferred this movie had been made, this trilogy had been made, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That 1, 2, and 3 would have come out sooner, and then these, when Han, Luke, and Leia were still young enough to have actually done more.
Yeah.
They're showing their age.
Yeah, definitely. Luke looks so old in this.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And it's just, they're the ones we grew up with and are our heroes.
Yeah.
What was your feeling on the three main characters, though, this time around?
I really loved them all together. I liked how they kind of worked together, the different personalities. I think that's what was kind of missing. In the first two, yeah.
I agree. It just...
That's what you had in the originals. You had these, Han, Luke, and Leia, and they're not...
Yeah, they were working together as a unit, as a team.
Yeah.
And you wanted to see them together. That's one of the things about... and I love Empire Strikes Back, but one of the things about Empire and Jedi that I didn't care for is the fact that Luke is kind of off on his own in both those movies. And, still, it moves the story along and it works for what it is.
Yeah.
But still, that's what I love about the first Star Wars, is the three of them working together and trading barbs back and forth between Han and Leia and it just, I like that.
Yeah.
And so this kind of had that feeling a little bit. Still not a big fan of Rey as a character. She still she's very dull to me.
Yeah.
And I don't have as big a problem as some people do with her being so aware, Force powerful, Force knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. I don't have as big a problem with that. It's just, I think it's mostly Daisy Ridley. She just
the acting.
she just doesn't have a lot of personality to me.
Yeah.
I didn't care for Finn in the first 2 movies. I liked him in this.
Me too.
They made him less of a goofball.
Yeah.
Less of almost an afterthought.
Yeah.
And more of a part of the team, part of the heroes. And Poe, he did the scoundrel thing pretty good, and well, not scoundrel, really like Han Solo, but he did the Han Solo part pretty good.
Yeah, I liked all 3 of them better in this movie than either of the past 2.
Yes, definitely.
I liked Rose more in this movie.
I like Rose more because there was less of Rose.
Because she was less of Rose.
But I will say they at least made her a little more useful.
Yeah.
Not puppy dog following Finn around.
Yeah.
And she actually...
She did things.
She did things.
Yeah.
I mean, she still has a major hang up on Finn.
Yeah.
And, when in one key part, she's trying to run back to him, and it's like, no.
Yeah. Like, and I like everyone in the galaxy more than you, Rose. I'm sorry.
Yeah. This chick here that I just met?
Yeah. Even she.
So, they didn't, I don't know, I don't want to say they fixed the problems of Last Jedi, but they certainly did this better than Last Jedi. Although they did make a few mentions of things, and I was just like, don't bring that back up, please.
I know. Though I would say, I don't know if I have the same or a little bit more of a problem with Rey's power, but I think, I don't know if we're spoiling this or not, but I think this movie helped me understand that more.
How?
Like, I'm a little more satisfied with her being so powerful now.
Yeah, without giving anything away, it does make a little bit more sense now.
Yeah. Actually, I gotta say, I liked every single character more in this movie. I'm thinking even Kylo Ren. I liked him a lot more in this movie.
Yeah. He was a lot less emo, a lot less pouty and throwing temper tantrums and stuff.
Yeah.
The one scene with Hux though, I rolled my eyes.
That was kind of weird.
I was like, it was dumb.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I saw it coming a mile away.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, come on. I mean, I don't like the character anyway.
Yeah.
But this was just it was almost like they didn't have much use for him.
Yeah. But
they just found a way to be done with that use pretty quick.
Give him one more little special scene, and then
yeah. Well, we're dancing around it, but I'm sure y'all can figure it out by listening. But, I did like the guy that was over him. I can't remember I don't remember what his name was, and I can't remember what his rank was, but he reminded me of Tarkin.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he reminds me of the old guys.
Yeah, and he was. I mean, he said he served the Emperor in the old days.
Yeah,
but he did. He reminded me of Tarkin, and he was no nonsense. Just doing things the old way.
Yeah,
and not Hux temper tantrums and people looking like they don't know what they're doing and stuff. He was like, no, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and I got this under control, Junior. You kind of screwed things up.
Yeah,
and so I really liked his character.
Yeah.
The Emperor.
Oh yeah.
We all know he was going to be in there, so that's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
But we'll try not to talk too much about how he comes about. But how did you like him in the movie?
I liked him. I was, when I heard that he was going to be in it, I thought, my first interaction was like, why would you do that? It seems like you're just trying to give people a reason to come see your movie now.
Fan service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really liked him in this movie. I think, there may have been different ways to do this without him, but I am satisfied with him being back and having, I mean, just showing how evil he is and how like of a master like evil person he is. Like I was totally satisfied. Like I didn't feel tricked or anything like that.
Yeah, I know when I first heard about it being in it, I was a little excited, but then I was like, this feels like they're almost like an apology for the big middle finger to the fans that Last Jedi was.
Like, here you go, here's something you like.
Yeah. Look, we, sorry about that here, Emperor.
Yeah, Emperor's in this one.
And I really wanted them to use him properly.
Yeah.
And I think they did.
I think so too.
Yeah, with, he's just, it made him even more of a bad guy, of a bad guy, like a bad mamma jamma bad guy, in that he came back at all after Jedi.
Yeah.
And then the way he does it and what he's doing.
And what he looks like, and
he's been playing a long game the whole time.
Yeah.
And his look was very creepy.
Yeah, in fact, that one thing I've been kind of thinking is, because we kind of like started talking about it in the theater, like when we were walking out, and then we're like, wait, let's not talk yet. But one thing I noticed is like the scenes with him were almost like horror movie level scary.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
At the beginning when we first see him, it was very much, I was like, this is like scary movie kind of setting.
And I liked it because I remember being a kid and having Darth Vader be kind of scary and having the Emperor be kind of scary. But then you get older and it's like, okay, they're not that scary.
Yeah.
But it's almost, now I got to go back to Rogue One just for a second. Darth Vader and that at the end.
Yes.
Whether you like or not the effects,
itself.
He was scary again to me. Like in that, like, oh my gosh, I would not want to be in a room with that guy. He's so terrifying.
Well, because in Star Wars, he's scary. You don't know who he is, what he is. He just is choking people and throwing people around and is, I'm going to take you guys out. We're going after the rebels. And then in Empire, he's still, he's force choking guys left and right. And then you see the Emperor, and the Emperor's like, okay, you're even scarier.
Yeah.
And then he's, Vader starts softening, I'm your father. Spoiler for, Empire Strikes Back.
But yeah, this...
And then in Jedi, he's even more soft. And, and because you start realizing a bit about who he is, it's like, okay, well, you're not quite as scary.
Yeah.
And then the Emperor, of course, goes all out.
Yeah.
And this, he's like,
he's really
to 11.
And this kind of did that, like what Rogue One, the end of Rogue One did for me with Darth Vader, reminding me, like, he could be really, really scary. This did that again with the Emperor. Like, wow, he's really scary.
Yeah. And just it did. It was horror movie level. The cinematography, the scenes, the setting and everything. It was really, really good.
Yeah,
that I really, really enjoyed.
Me too.
Even though it was a little hard to figure out kind of what was going on.
I know,
but you did eventually figure it out.
Yeah, and I think that's one of those things. It's not bad to have a movie that takes a couple viewings to get everything. That's not necessarily negative. Like.
Yeah, your first viewing of it should be just kind of letting it wash over you.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it, which I think is what happened with Last Jedi, is we just kind of let it wash over us.
Yeah.
And then upon further...
You start thinking about specifics, and you're like, wait a minute, why that?
And if you do watch it again, you're just like, wait a second, none of this is really working for me. And in this one, I'm sure that when we see it again, it'll kind of be, we might go, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything glaring right off the bat.
Me either. And I think we're a little more cautious now than we were back then, especially because we've kind of been beating ourselves up over the past few years.
Yeah.
Or a couple of years. Over like, why did we say it was good?
So, I think so. And I don't know, it just helped going in cautious. It did make me sad that I didn't have that same excitement coming into it.
Yeah.
But
I'd rather have it coming out of it than going into it and then lose it.
Hey.
Right?
Yeah, I guess, because I think with Force Awakens, it was like, okay, cool, we're going to get...
Here we go.
Yeah. And I was excited about it, and we watched it on IMAX. It was huge.
Yeah.
And then it was just kind of like I said, something was off, something was missing.
Yeah.
And I came out of it kind of a little let down.
Yeah.
And then, everything with Last Jedi.
Yeah.
So, I would definitely place this in the new sequel. I would definitely place this as number 1.
Yeah, I think so too, for sure. Hopefully that doesn't change. Hopefully a year from now we're not saying like, why did we say that
2 weeks ago? 2 weeks from now we're like,
Yeah.
oh, come on. I don't see that though. It didn't seem. Last Jedi seemed almost poorly made.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pretty movie.
Yeah. It looked nice. There were a couple scenes I still think like that looked really neat.
Yeah, but there was way too much hitting you over the head with things like when they're on Crate and it looks like Hoth and they have Whoppers.
Yeah.
Walkers.
Walkers.
And then the guy runs his glove through the white stuff and he's like, it's salt.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. It's totally not Hoth
it's
now.
not Hoth then.
Yeah,
it's
totally
salt.
not an ice planet. And they didn't do that. I noticed, though, they did make a couple of mentions of things and basically kind of go, yeah. Listen when you watch it for the mention of the Holdo maneuver.
Yeah.
And how it's met by the powers that be.
Yeah.
I thought that was almost kind of funny because I know that's one of the big complaints people have.
Yeah, definitely.
Is just how inane that maneuver was.
Yeah.
The part at the beginning with the skipping.
Oh yeah.
I was a little bit.
That had me worried because it's right at the beginning. I'm almost like, oh, I don't like this already.
Yeah. Only because I'm old and I don't like change. I like knowing what the Falcon can do, and when they have it doing new stuff, it's like the ship is like over 100 years old. You really probably shouldn't be trying new tricks with it.
Yeah.
Same thing with some of the force powers. I'm still not understanding being able to transfer objects.
That bothered me at first, and then I kind of got used to it. I mean, we have seen more and more things. As the movies have progressed, we've seen more and more things people can do.
Well, I don't mind stuff like the running, the jumping, things like that, because Luke even did some of it in the original trilogy.
Yeah, when he jumped out of the
carbon chamber.
Yeah.
There's just been some things, and
this is like, but then again, these two, Rey and Kylo, they have done several new weird things.
Yeah, the whole being able to talk to each other.
Yeah, more than just like a voice like Leia,
Yeah. The spoiler alert healing thing.
Oh yeah, that was kind of weird.
Well, Disney's getting smart. Close your ears if you haven't watched The Mandalorian yet. But that little party trick shows up.
Okay.
And episode 7 of The Mandalorian, we were told, there will be a tie-in to Rise of Skywalker. And I think everybody's thinking, there's going to be some character, or Lando show up, something like that.
Is that?
And yes, it is the healing thing.
Okay.
Which I thought was like, okay, this is because they've already mentioned fuel once. Fuel was mentioned in Solo. It was a MacGuffin in Solo. After the uproar in Last Jedi over the whole, them running out of gas, and fuel has never been mentioned before in Star Wars. They've gone out of their way to go, see, other parts of Star Wars mention fuel. See, so they're trying to connect things by I don't know, just by like going, see, we did it over here. See,
do it more than
mad at us.
Yeah.
And it was a little extreme.
Yeah,
It's something we've... now, I do know that, I think in canon still, it may be Legends now, that there were healers, and that Jedi could heal themselves, but they would have to meditate for a while.
Okay.
So it's not completely without precedent,
Yeah.
but it's convenient.
Okay. I mean, definitely it was definitely needed in the story, at least I think 3 times, right? One, that snake thing, and then
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
I think twice.
well, at the end. So like Rey to Kylo and Kylo to
Yeah, but
Rey.
did he do it to her?
I think so.
Or was he just tickling her to woke her up?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But yeah. I mean, there's 2 new powers in this, but then there was a new power in the last couple also, where they're talking to each other and like seeing each other. And this one, they go. I was saying it. They go one step further, and they can actually sort of like interact.
Yeah, they can
Like
transfer
physically interact.
physical things to each other.
Yeah, like Darth Vader's helmet, beads,
Sabers.
berries.
Yes, berries.
Berries, yeah.
There were berries all over the floor.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder when they write something like this, the final time they transferred something, which I don't know if we should spoil that or not.
No, let's not spoil it.
But I almost wonder, do they write backwards? They're like, wouldn't it be neat if they could do this? Okay,
Yeah,
well, now they have this power where they can do this. And
let's write the scene around the power.
Yeah, and let's show that that's possibly for this last scene, so you don't go like, what? You know? Like, let's show them kind of doing this before, and now when it happens at the end, you're like, I know what they did.
I mean, some of it, I'm not going to say makes sense, but kind of makes sense. But
Yeah.
the last use of it, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Now I figured out what was going to happen when another saber popped up.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
In the end, it surprised me. But I liked it. It was a nice way to kind of tie everything back to the beginning 42 years ago.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I give them a pat on the back.
Yep.
What about new characters? What did you think of? And I can't remember any other names. So I'm just going to say Carrie Russell's character.
She's the one with we never actually really saw
We
her
saw her
face.
eyes, and that was it. Yeah.
I liked her.
Which, go ahead and say your part. But there was something that bugged me about.
Okay, I really liked her.
Uh-huh.
I thought I liked you learned something new about Poe. Like
Yeah.
some part you didn't know about him, and he's got this other little. Because you kind of wonder, like, I mean, in these Star Wars movies, it's always, even back to Leia and Han and Luke, it's like, oh, who likes who and all that.
Yeah.
And I always thought, well, like, or would Poe and Rey end up together? Sort of. I mean, they're kind of like similar personalities a little bit, and
Yeah.
they're both kind of like leaders and all that. And then you find out, like, oh no, Poe has sort of this love interest you've never heard of before.
Well, and they did it right. We were talking about this earlier about how the first 2 movies of the sequels.
Yeah.
Part of the problem we've had with Rey's character is they didn't give any background, which is meant to be kind of a secret.
Yeah.
But they could have done some stuff in kind of offhand conversation.
Yep.
Which they did in Star Wars. You know, oh, well, I understand you're quite the pilot yourself. Oh, yeah, you know, and that kind of helps us understand why Luke could pilot the X-Wing the way he did.
Yeah.
Your father was a Jedi in the Clone Wars. Really? In the Clone Wars? We didn't need a big, elaborate backstory at the time of the Clone Wars. We just let our minds...
Yeah.
You know,
it gives you a
our
connection
imagination
thinking
go.
like, well, I don't know what this is, but it
gives you
I understand why then.
Yeah, it gives you some background without overdoing it.
Yeah.
But gives you enough to fill them out a little bit, flesh them out. And that's what I think they did pretty well in the little bit of scenes that she was in, that Carrie Russell was in. What bugged me...
what did you not like?
remember how her mask looked?
Uh-huh.
And it was kind of like a visor, but it comes down about to her nose.
Yeah.
When she flips up the visor, isn't it across? I could have sworn it was across her nose.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Not dipped down. Because it's dipped down on the mask, almost down, about down to her mouth.
Okay.
So when she flipped that visor up, you should have been able to see her face.
Huh.
But we could only see her eyes.
Kind of see her eyes.
And a little bit of her nose.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I'll have to see if...
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it wasn't until the end when they showed her again.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
I really liked the little droid guy, the droid repair guy.
Oh yeah, me too.
I really liked him.
Yeah, there's like, I mean, I like BB-8 too, but
I don't like BB-8.
You don't?
I'm talking about the guy who rewired.
Oh, that little guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant the little cone look head.
Guy. It surprised me. I actually like Dio.
Yeah, I did too. I liked his little repeating thing and his very simple, like sad, happy.
Yeah, he you can tell he's not a he's a functional droid. He's, whatever he does, he doesn't have a very robust personality matrix, I guess you could say. But it was enough, like you said, to get the point across. I've never liked BB-8.
Yeah.
In part, I don't like the design. I liked the design of Astromechs, and when I saw Dio at first, I was like, it's a lampshade on a wheel.
Yeah.
This is dumb. But they weren't obnoxious with him.
Yeah.
And he was useful. Yeah. But he was just enough to be, okay, I could kind of like him. No, I was talking about the one
tech.
The one that rewired 3PO.
Yeah, I did too.
I liked him.
Yeah.
And part of it is one of my favorite things in Star Wars are the languages, because I love languages. And they gave him his own little language, and every once in a while he'd say stuff in English.
Yeah.
Or Galactic Standard. But there was enough other of his language and other languages in the movie itself.
Yeah.
Still, one of my biggest gripes has always been we don't see species that we're familiar with.
Oh yeah.
There were no Ithorians, no Rhodians, no Gwalish or anything, and it's like we should be seeing some of them.
Yeah.
And I understand you want to get some new characters, and you can do that. That's cool, but put some people we're familiar with.
Yeah.
I mean that's another thing with the Mandalorian that they've been doing is using a lot of species that we're familiar with from the first 6 movies.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice to see them and go, oh yeah, that's he is in.
Yeah.
Or that species was in Jabba's court.
Yeah.
That species was in the cantina and stuff like that. So
I'll be watching every Mandalorian episode that's out so far. I'll be watching it in the next couple of days.
Yep.
I haven't seen
caught
any
up.
of them yet.
You're gonna go get Disney Plus afterward.
I don't know about that.
I bet you.
We'll see.
I didn't want Disney Plus at first, and then I was like, my wife was like, well, how much is it? And I go, well, it's like $7. She goes, well, we can do it, because we had both watched the trailer for Mandalorian. Yeah. She's not a huge Star Wars fan. I mean, she likes them, and she humors me, but she actually likes the Mandalorian pretty well, and has enjoyed it. So we've watched them all together. Let's see what other new character. Oh, the horse chick.
Oh yeah.
I liked her.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, she didn't do that much, but I liked her. Yeah.
I was afraid it was going to be like an Enfys Nest kind of character from Solo.
Oh yeah.
Because I did not care for the character.
Yeah.
I liked the character before she took her mask off.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're a teenage girl. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And it's like nothing against teenage girls, but it just didn't work.
All right. Now, speaking of her, I don't know how to interpret. What was that last little scene with her and Lando?
I don't know
what that meant.
I couldn't figure. Was he hitting on her?
I know. That's what I thought because it's Lando, but
yeah, because I was like, okay, well, he's gonna turn and go, so granddaughter.
yeah, I know. That's what I thought.
And then he said something else, and she's like,
and then she gave kind of a look.
Yeah, kind of look, and he's like, well, let's see where it goes. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Lando's still 5 bottles smooth, apparently.
I know. So yeah, that was strange, but I did like her character. I liked her.
Yeah, I did. I liked her character.
Who else? Any other significant new characters?
I can't think of any.
Those are the major ones for sure.
Yeah, the head Imperial got First Order.
Yeah.
And then her. And, yeah.
I think that was
pretty much it. So it kept it tight by not having too many new people in there.
Focused on mostly the ones we already know.
And the new characters that it did have, they served a purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, Rose did not serve her. I hate to keep slamming on her character.
Yeah.
Not against the actress. Just it was a poorly written character.
Yeah.
She served no purpose in Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And here she actually, she actually served a purpose.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term.
Yeah.
I don't know. All in all,
yeah. Hopefully we don't regret this, but overall, I think I really like it.
Yeah. I was thinking about midway through. I was like, this is already halfway through, and it's already a lot better than the last two. In my opinion. Yeah. And that made me happy.
Yeah.
I did come out satisfied.
Yep.
And the ending, I mean, if you can, don't go.
Oh, it's no red on red, huh?
Nope. We're at a stoplight, people. A lot of people are just offhand, I hated the last two, or I hated the Last Jedi, so I already don't like this. And it's like, well, you got to at least give it a shot. If you're really, I hate the phrase a true fan, but if you are a fan of the movies, you have to at least give it a shot.
Yeah.
If nothing else, to finish up the saga.
Yeah.
Otherwise you left it on Last Jedi, and that was not a good place to end it.
And I was telling you on the way out that I already have tickets to see it in, what is that, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, in 3 days. Yeah. To see it again. And I was saying, like, oh man, I hope it's good, because I already have tickets. And, like, if I don't like it, I'm going to have to go see it anyway.
For another 2 hours.
But I'm excited to see it again now.
I'm going to try and get my wife to go this weekend and see it.
Yeah, she'll like it.
Yeah, when she watched Last Jedi with me, she goes, I don't see you ever putting that in the DVD player again. And I'm like, probably not.
Yeah.
I've got it. And that's it.
Yeah. So can I tell you my biggest disappointment?
Sure.
Okay, my biggest disappointment. This isn't a spoiler.
Yeah, with those spoilers, yeah.
Yeah, but we've already said that Lando's back, and you see that in the trailer.
Oh,
so
yeah.
If you saw the trailer, you know that.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why he didn't bring Lobot with him. So that's my biggest disappointment. Can I mention my favorite surprise little nod to fans? Okay. That involves Chewbacca. Is that a spoiler to say this?
I don't.
Something he got?
No, leave that for.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. Leave that one for a surprise.
I'll just say that Chewbacca receives a gift, and it made me it made me so happy.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
But say no more.
Yep.
Disappointing part. The horse things didn't work for me, because it was like, oh, it's a horse.
Yeah.
I mean, the banthas in the original Star Wars, I didn't know they were elephants until I saw the behind the scenes thing. I didn't know what they were. Yeah. As a kid, I was just like, it was just a giant thing.
And now you're like, that's a horse in a mask.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it looked like. And, it would have cost way too much to do a bunch of stop motion. And I just don't do stop motion. I suppose they could have done it CGI, but that wouldn't have looked good. Oh, I will say, without giving anything away, there is Rogue One-esque use of CGI.
Yeah.
CGI face mapping. It's a lot better than Rogue One.
It's better than Rogue One, yeah.
Much
Still
better.
not perfect, of course.
Still not perfect, and it was a little jarring because I kind of expected it. I didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
But when I saw it happening, I was like, oh, okay, well, that would be interesting. And then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That just surprised me. But the technology's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. And then, like, maybe a favorite part or a surprise, the thing you liked a lot, or even if it's something you can't spoil, then, like, you know, hint at it or something.
Favorite part, I really like how they handled the Emperor.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it. And he was sufficiently evil.
Yeah.
And he's just had this long game going.
Yeah.
And
I like he has no, like, Darth Vader always had this, there's some good in him.
Yeah.
There's no good in the Emperor.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
He is just pure evil.
Yeah.
Disappointing. Kerry Russell's character was fine. I don't care for characters that are just, you know, just bad. They come up and they're just, you know, they get the drop on you and they got the gun and they got the stabby comebacks and stuff like that. I guess because I don't know the character. I don't know. That was one of my least favorite parts. I'd have to, really think. I think maybe just the use of force powers that we've not seen before.
Yeah.
Even as a force ghost, I didn't think force ghosts could. Well, I mean, we saw Yoda do it in the last movie, but it's still. I've always taken force ghosts to be more of a guide, not really.
Yeah.
They can really do anything. They can't use powers anymore because they don't have a body.
They're there more just for advice and that kind of thing.
And so it's a little off-putting when they can actually interact with the physical.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, when you watch Empire and Return of the Jedi, and you see Obi-Wan walking around, he's moving bushes and stuff like that as he's walking. So it's like, well, you're not entirely. It's right there. You're not entirely see-through.
I'm not quite dead.
Yeah. And then it's like, why do you have to sit down? You're a ghost.
Yeah. It's tiring being a ghost.
It's tiring. So that was a little weird. Yeah. But all in all, I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the movie.
Definitely.
It was good.
And what we can do is since I'm going to see it Monday and I'm hoping going to see it in the next few days, we can probably talk about it again soon and see if we still agree.
Yeah. So our advice is, yes, definitely go out and see it.
Yep.
Definitely if you're a fan, give it a shot.
Yep.
You know, you may not be totally happy with it, but don't go in with your expectations measured.
Appropriate.
Yeah, measured. But don't go in and think that you're going to see Last Jedi Part 2.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you definitely will not.
Yep.
So,
definitely.
I guess that's it. We just pulled up at our house, so we managed to talk the whole way from Palm Springs.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
Yep.
That's our becoming annual
Star Wars movie review.
Second review in December, usually Star Wars related.
Yep.
So we'll have to find something next year to do.
Yep.
All right. That's it. It is now 12 o'clock straight up.
Yeah.
I am really tired.
Me too.
This is way past old man Schumm's bedtime too. So, y'all enjoy. Y'all take care. We'll talk to you again later. May the Force be with you. Dun, 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 dun.